Imagine you break up with your boyfriend, take a wild social media break, and immediately you come back. Everybody is blaming you for the breakup. They even go further and tell you that you fumbled a good man, but it does not end there. They even go ahead and tell you right on the comment section how depressed you look, how things are not seeming very clear for you, and how even the quality of your content has gone from the good quality that you are used to this now what people are calling the poorest quality you've done. This is what exactly happened to Moureen Ngigi yesterday. The shocking revelations, the dark truth, and the sinister details that are in this video are going to leave you very heartbroken. Well, it looks like things are totally getting out of control for Moureen Ngigi. This is not the type of comeback that she was expecting, especially from her long-lost fans on the YouTube space, and it looks like the breakup with Commentator has really taken a huge toll on her. From comments like this one, ulikuwa unatumia kome, sasa amekuacha, ona venye unateseka, and another person coming in and saying, kwani ulinyang'anywa mpaka iPhone because hizi ni maquality gani za matakataka. Of course, the comment section was super heated up and you could almost wish that Moureen Ngigi would have turned everything off. But it doesn't just end there. It looks like Moureen Ngigi has decided to make this bold step by coming out and continuing with her content creation journey, which is something that we have always known her for a very long time, ever since time immemorial, the time that Commentator officially introduced her to the online world. Well, a lot of people had been blaming Commentator for apparently letting go of Moureen Ngigi. Nobody really knew the tight details and the dark truth on what really unraveled in their relationship that ultimately led to their breakup and ultimately made them rethink about living together. Well, of course, the two who had been blessed by one son have been living in separate houses, with people confirming that Commentator has been seen multiple times at a different location, while Moureen Ngigi kept on staying at their initial residential home. Well, yesterday seemed to be that day that Moureen Ngigi decided to come out for the first time and talk about her new journey in life. Of course, just going onto her YouTube channel, Moureen Ngigi has for quite a while not uploaded anything, and this was unlikely of her. Of course, you've always seen Moureen Ngigi being that hardworking and very elaborate woman when it comes to content creation. She always did content back to back and never left her fans quenching in thirst, thinking of when the next video is going to come out, but not this time round. Ever since they did the joint statement on their Instagram account about the breakup, which they announced in a very long statement, Moureen Ngigi has been totally off the grid, and in fact, everybody was wondering, is she really okay? Is she doing fine, or what could be happening to Moureen Ngigi? So a lot of people came in hard and started spraying wild bullets at Commentator, saying that Commentator might have done something that totally was not in alignment to their relationship. There were multiple hints from very close sources about financial issues in the relationship, but others had spotted something that was a little bit different. People were complaining with the fact that they say Moureen Ngigi was a little bit too young to settle down. Others even went on ahead and said that Moureen Ngigi was not Commentator's type. Of course, you guys are looking through the comment section, you have noticed that a lot of people in multiple other videos were saying that Moureen Ngigi did not know how to talk her way around Commentator. Her pranks sometimes felt very disrespectful, and her choice of words on Commentator seemed to be a very big problem, and the red flags in the relationship were pretty much evident ever since time immemorial. So just going on to the video which she posted yesterday and is doing fairly well, Moureen Ngigi posted the house hunting video about 20 hours ago, and it has already garnered over 80,000 views in just 20 hours. But that is not where the real problem is. The real problem comes in when you start getting into the comment section. You'd expect that people would be soft and polite on Moureen Ngigi. Women will be standing with her and they will be bracing her new journey, as her title suggested, to new beginnings, house hunting for our new home. But that is the complete opposite of whatever was happening, because the comment section was filled with very negative comments. One person in particular came in and said this: kama ungetakanga warudiane, will like my comment, Mo asiteseke, tunataka arudiane na Kome. Then another person quickly comes in and says, when you're in a relationship or a marriage, you will be admired by many, but the moment you step out, that is when you realize that you are alone. Be wise when making some decisions. Of course, this lady was implying that, was trying to advise Moureen Ngigi that she should have stayed in her marriage, simply implying that when you're in a marriage, you're admired by many, but when you are left alone, nobody is interested in you. And that could mean a lot of things. Then another person comes in and says, for me, I come here to say you shouldn't consider a cheaper house, let's say between 10 to 15k. Mambo ya 24k as house rent, hapo umenoa. There is no trophy in paying a high rents, but there is rewards if you consider investing more. Of course, this person was trying to advise Moureen Ngigi, telling her that she should not go for a high-end apartment. Instead, she should just consider a cheap house between 10 to 15k, because it looks like people are suggesting that things are not going to be easy on her. Then another person comes in and advises Moureen Ngigi by saying, marriage works, Moureen, only if you know how to kneel in secret places. Uko mzuri kama uko kwako, ukitoka hawatakupenda tena. Bible says, come let us reason together, and that's my advice to you, to the Komes. Of course, a lot of people were coming in hard, and very many people were requesting that Moureen Ngigi should consider talking her way through with Commentator so that they could solve their issues and ultimately come back together, because this is one of the breakups that nobody really saw coming, especially during this time of the year. Of course, we have seen multiple other celebrities breaking up over the in the past, but nobody really saw the breakup between Commentator and Moureen Ngigi happening this soon, or at least happening right now. Very many people had been pointing out through their comment section, especially in their podcast channel Kwa Kinandoa, where people suggested that they were not seeing that marriage lasting for long, and voila, true to the word that was coming out, it looked like people had already gathered and seen the red flags way before everyone else noticed. Another person comes in and says, big up Commentator, this lady was glowing, I hope utakuwa sawa. And of course, this one was alleging that Moureen Ngigi was not looking as good as she had looked when she was in the relationship with Commentator. Then another person comes in and says, pesa isifanye muone wenzenyu kama sio wa maana tena guys. Na pia pressure iko na wasichana huku online saying that they can make it alone, bora wako na pesa. Pressure za kutaka kuonyesha watu that unaweza jifanyia kila kitu after umeachana na mtu wako is not good guys. Pesa inafanya watu wakuwe ma don't care. And of course, this was a person coming out and trying also to advise Moureen Ngigi not to succumb to the online peer pressure that has been going on for quite a while. Then another person comes in and says, hizi breakups zinaboo, naomba Mungu akupe nguvu, juu in this season you need God, and kindly continue establishing yourself. As a fan, I pray God help you guys to resolve what happened, and whatever decisions you both decide for the sake of sanity, mtadu as guided by God. And of course, very many people were trying to suggest that they were looking out and were praying for Moureen Ngigi to get back with Commentator for the sake of baby Santiago, who is their firstborn son. Then another person comes in and says, expensive test alafu uanze kusumbua mtoto wa watu akusupport. And of course, this one was alleging that kama umejitoa kwa Kome, usianze kumsumbua ati akusupport. Then of course, another one comes with a pretty much heated comment saying this, Moureen, God saw you rushing everything in life with your own plans. He humbled you by not having the results you wanted. He made you start over again, but this time you are trusting his plans. You are trusting his plans over yours. This time, he will make you do it perfectly and you'll be at peace. Lots of love. And of course, tukaona pale Moureen Ngigi amereply. Then another person says, nikikumbuka prank fulani Kome akipack vitu zako uende ukalia sana. Ukiuliza utaenda wapi? Sahi ni wewe umepata pa kuenda, na shangaa tu but ni life. Ni kama ile plan nilikuwa nayo ya kulipia dem fare akuja Nairobi from Shags. Nitaachana nayo. Siwezi taka kuachwa na mtu nimelipia fare juu amejanjaruka mjini kuniliko. And of course, very many people were pointing it out that because Commentator alikuwa ametoa Moureen Ngigi ushago, or as people say, she's a dem from the ushago. They're suggesting that commentator alimleta akamwosha and even did very good things that people could noticeably see. But now it looks after the breakup like everything is slowly crumbling down. Then another comment that really caught very many people's attention was this particular comment which someone said this: "Finally you're back, usipotee tena, whatever happened, it's only God who knows, siku mo utafeel kushare, we will be here to listen." And of course, people were kinda sympathizing with Moureen Ngigi, but others came in with the harsh realities, claiming that Commentator and Moureen Ngigi's breakup was simply inevitable, and there was nothing that Moureen Ngigi could do that could change the situation. So, as you're waiting for everything to unfold in this new journey that Moureen Ngigi has presented, let's wait and see how everything turns out for them.